There we are, ladies and
What a way
gentlemen.
to start a Monday morning. DJ.
Danish Pete and Polish Pete, available for weddings, bar mitzvahs, any function you want some ambient guitar playing.
Any of them, yeah.
Welcome back to Andertons TV.
Hello.
I'm joined by Piotr from Polyend, who I may refer to as Polish Pete throughout this video, and obviously
it's a very
Danish Pete.
Yeah, now we got. If this is, you don't be rude, man.
If I change my name, I'll just be English Pete.
English Lee. English, yeah.
Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
And I've been kind of avoiding doing demos of Polyend stuff until somebody could be in the room to talk with authority around kind of really what's going on, because there's a lot happening here.
Yeah.
But even without Andertons doing any YouTube promotion for these products, they've been hugely successful.
Yeah.
And we've sold tons of them. So I'm pleased that you're here to show us what they are and how they can be used with guitar, and perhaps we can talk about how they can be used with other instruments
this guitar
as well.
is so easy. It's so easy.
Well,
And we're also, by the way, in video number 2 today, so please like and subscribe, and you'll get a notification of this when it comes up. We'll do the this pedal, which was announced at NAMM, but we'll give that its own separate video. So, do you want to just give us a little bit of background behind Polyend, when you started it? What, you know, is it I guess it's a small company still, and what's your background in sort of engineering and design?
Right, so, well, I started playing guitar when I was like 9 or so. Like old, probably Russian acoustic guitar that, you know, broke, and my grandma fixed it with some kind of fixture, you know, very dodgy type of instrument that made me like start loving making sounds with acoustic instrument. And then I went to electric, being like, you know, full electric Led Zeppelin type of guy, which got old pretty soon. And then I went to computers, and like first the AWs, or Fast Tracker was the tracker of that times, DOS times.
yeah.
You know, 100 years ago. And this is where I like looked at this environment where like incredible, where I can just grab some kind of acoustic or electronic instrument and put it into the box and then start shaping its sounds afterwards. That's what hooked me forever, since, I don't know, I was probably 12 when I started with this computer thing. And then when I grew up, I thought, like, I was going through the different shows, and I thought, like, wow, there is probably some space for more innovation I have in mind. And I started with the devices that are not guitar oriented, learned with the company, grew the company, and learned a lot about DSP processing. And then we decided, hey, let's go to this particular market, because it's not only my love for the guitar, it's all around the company. We are 30 people now.
30?
30, yes.
Wow.
It's still like a, you know, startup type of
It's a big startup, isn't it?
That's
I
bigger
try
than I
to
thought it was
maintain
going to
this
be.
kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
that's amazing.
But among our engineers and people who you know, assemble, or even people who are in the admin type of work, there are plenty of guitar players. So we thought we have all the power, and now some also cool ideas from the previous years. Let's incorporate them all together. And so we've decided that we'll go with the drum machine, because we've had all the building blocks in our tabletop drum machine, and that was a, like, you know, easy project or low-hanging fruit. It was not, obviously. The idea was quite easy, that we'll just, you know, compact it all into this nice form factor. We have proper designer, like an industrial designer who knows his stuff, and so he this is the refined version. This is, so to say, old version. Everything new will be like in this package. So he packed it in this nice aluminum box. This is like full CNC aluminum stuff.
Amazing.
And yes, and there we have this like 4-track step sequencer that is that allows you to play samples in time. That where it basically began. Pick gun.
You choose any of those three.
Any of
is
them,
fine.
yeah. I'm Danish, man. You can say whatever you want.
Interestingly, I think the decision to put them into a pedal format has probably made people go, oh, it's for guitar players, right? And I'm not sure that that's, I mean, obviously it's useful for guitar players to have the pedals, but they are more aimed at musicians generally, right? So maybe you might want to sing, you might want to rap, you might want to play keys, you might want to play guitar, whatever. Either of these, particularly this one, I think is just a real multi-purpose drum machine with step sequencer.
We see in synthesizers world that people are using, guitar pedals there.
On the top.
I'd say that the pedals are just the effect units. Whatever you fed into will process your vocal, your keyboard, your piano, or whatsoever. And this is the world we came from, where we just like to experiment. Like we love electronic musicians like Aphex Twin. We love bands that are being more experimental, like Radiohead, all sorts of genres of music that are just not typical rock or typical pop, although pop is getting a lot of this stuff nowadays as well, which is cool. So everything that goes beyond this kind of like typical form, typical drum sounding in this particular case, like real drum sounds, this is our piece of cake.
But I think these things also are inspirational when they buy something like this and create new things, new genres. You know what I mean? You go, here you are.
It's funny.
Here's this thing, and then next thing you know, somebody's used it on an album or a song, or
I like
to create new.
I like to
stuff.
think it as a loop, like a mind loop, where we are being influenced by loads of musicians and their music, and then we hear their inventions, and then we say, hey, how did they do it? How about we try to incorporate this idea into the pedal or into the
effects unit
or whatever device we'll come up with.
Yeah.
And then we see that we are inspiring people as well, because we can hear our effects or our devices on albums where we just close the loop, which is amazing. It is one of the best things in this.
It must be a great feeling.
It is.
So when you hear, that sounds like my stuff.
Well, yeah, it sometimes, or you see other competitors incorporated our stuff. Obviously, we are not in the vacuum. We are also being inspired, so to say,
that's fine.
by other stuff, and that's so cool. That's so cool.
Should we take us through, just focusing on this for the minute?
Yeah.
And by the way, you guys are hearing this straight into our interface. We absolutely could run it through the guitar amplifiers if we wanted to. It's a slightly, exactly. But just take us through some of the presets, because that gives people a flavor, right? But every preset you can mess around with the song, the tempo, the kit that it's played on.
Yeah, each step can be actually, has different values, so we can just program it step by step. But we know that this
New Kids on the Block said. Oh, sorry, go on. So.
No worries. So we knew from the get-go that we do not want to overwhelm users with programming, because it's work. We wanted to have our musicians that we collaborate with to create very nice beats, and sound designers to create some cool sounding, unique kits. So the main thing is that you just basically pick your tempo, and tempo is actually...
we've synced, we've MIDI'd this one to this one, so we only have one tempo control, right?
So if I have like tempo of 85,
Clever.
I will just play with the beat and find type of beat, and then the kit, and find the sound. This particular one has also
sounds so good.
Sounds so good, doesn't it?
This sample, right?
Yeah.
We could find a kit that does not have this kind of sample that is playing tonally. It's more like a drum machine. So if I just scroll through a couple of examples, maybe let's start with finding the kits. So I've got like classic 808, 909. Nice. I got some artificial ones, big beats, chiptune. Let's go for Foley. This is cool. Foley is just someone grab the kitchen.
Foley. Yeah, a Foley artist.
Sorry.
And these all samples somebody's recorded?
Yes.
Kitchen sink, man.
And then I have like jazzy
like
beat,
it.
yeah? I could have maybe more glitchy. More electronica. Okay, maybe something more dense. And then, you know, just find whatever will inspire you.
Yeah.
This is the key. You find the sound and then start fiddling around with it and then have like some kind of inspiration and maybe build on top of that.
Even if you go like that.
Yeah.
Tell you what is impressive to me is the groove on it.
Right.
The groove that's going on.
Yeah. You know what? And Pete's so right, because so many drum machines that we've mucked around with that are played into a looper are so straight, aren't they?
Yeah, it's very
like
straight and very sort of unnatural.
Yeah.
This has got a vibe. It's got a vibe of humanize. You know, like in Logic, when you go in, you click the drums, you humanize it, and you can do the humanizer.
Right.
And it's almost like it gets more feely as you go along, like somebody's played it.
Maybe because it was done like by a human, you know, stepwise, step by step. So you can say, hey, I wanna. If I would normally play, I'm like offing my each second.
It's all off a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, that's the human sort of. That's what you don't get, and that's that. When we keep talking about real amps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a feel that people can
absolutely
put into stuff like this, right? And it's really good.
So you've got obviously tons and tons of drum stuff in there.
Yeah.
You can load in samples, and then you can assign a pitch to that sample, so you can build in.
You can load in your own samples as well.
Absolutely.
So I can download samples from, you know, like I have done before from Aaron Sterling.
Not just drum samples, anything sample.
Yeah. So let's see, because there are some kits, not kids.
Not kids, like kids, drum kits, not kids.
We added some melodic stuff, and you can also
it's like Rhodes and stuff.
Yes, and also we can mix and match different styles. So I could take this. Maybe I'll change the key of it. Okay.
Oh, it sounds
Look,
good.
it's just when you hit it, how it comes in. It's it's like somebody playing, you know, a guitar player going. It's like a.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like.
Right.
There's that feel on it. There's a feel on the thing when it goes. Here I am. It's not It's not fake. You know what I mean? It sounds real. The feel of it sounds organic.
I'm glad.
That makes sense.
I'm glad that you can feel it, because that was our intention from the very beginning.
Definitely.
There are a lot of like organic sounds as well here, and so the sound guys did amazing job.
Yeah.
So props
whoever
to
did
them.
the feel of it is really good.
So
I want to meet that person.
If I were to,
see what I mean? When it comes in, it's like,
no, I totally agree.
he's actually British from Bristol.
I don't like it now.
That's right. It's good. It's excellent choice.
I was going to say he was definitely from
Alex,
Europe somewhere.
Alex,
He's
it's
not
amazing.
here.
Well, there are a couple of them, but this one is Alex's for sure. So
Who
if
does he
I go,
vote for?
if I go here, you see.
Greens. Right.
Let's find
Listen to
some.
that. Boom.
It's really
It's really
cool.
good, man.
Let's find some.
Even
key.
the.
Okay, well.
With a
little bit of crackle
little bit of
after it,
crackle
yeah.
in the
It
end.
was it was kind of like lo-fi hip hoppy type
So
of thing,
cool.
but let's go for some like this, yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my tracks. I'll just clean them up.
Man,
And this is where the
Dude.
step sequencer comes in, right?
Yes.
I
So
guess.
if I were to just do the beat manually, I grab one of those, and then go somewhere else.
so what are these in 16th?
Yeah.
And then you go to the next step over
so-
here. So here, if I hold it, I have an option to change my
chord.
my note, like transpose it.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah. That's good.
Right, and then
so you
maybe
go G to G.
maybe let's also add some reverb to it. So this one will not have reverb. This will.
As good as it is.
So now you get.
Okay, let's go like.
You could go 4 on the floor, right?
Okay, we could.
Ting, ting.
Please add a looper to this.
Okay,
It's
So you
like,
need
how
he-
much fun
here-
would that be?
Yeah, play guitar stuff on
Yeah.
top of this.
Yeah.
And then when I program it, so for example, I put just random things here.
Can you change the key of this as well?
I do.
Yeah.
But obviously it doesn't work here yet.
Right.
But then on the fly I could say, well, let's change it to something.
Oh yeah,
Let's find some maybe like Foley.
I'm so ignorant in.
Oh, it's good, man. The feel is amazing. The groove of it is awesome.
I'm so ignorant in the world of like what else could you buy that could do this? Like I assume you could do this within software, right? But in terms of hardware, is it like a sort of a sort of a modern reformatting of like an 808 kind of drum machine?
Well, actually, this is like, we call it bare metal. So you've got like chip that is empty, and then you have to make an operating system on that, and then you need to like put piles of code in order to code everything. So if we want to add looper later on, which is a great idea of yours, and I think I'm buying that.
Well, look, so let's talk about Mess now.
We get to it.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it's exactly the same enclosure. Well, actually, it's knobs the same, screen the same, the four tracks
funny enough
and the
is
sequencer.
that the backbone, that the inside is totally different.
Is it?
So which is stupid, but we had to remake it.
So Mess is really the product I think that we've avoided demonstrating because I really wanted to understand what it is trying to do.
Yeah.
Lots of comparisons perhaps with some of the Chase Bliss product and with the Microcosm kind of product.
Yeah.
So you tell me, what's your, why do a product like this as opposed to just a conventional multi-effects unit?
Right, well, again, as you see, we know quite a bit about step sequencing. And we are kind of step sequencing company till that day.
Masters.
Right, and we know, they can get very complicated and sophisticated, very nerdy. And so we thought, again, there is nothing like this on the market. What would be cool would be to just try it, make very quick MVP, which is like minimum viable product. And since we have
most valuable player, minimum viable product.
Oh, yeah, football stuff.
So we grabbed this hardware and starting fiddling around with the step sequencer thing and fitting it with that already is like a reverb and delay and other effects here. So that was the start of this project to see if it's cool. And then if I have like 4 tracks and I have like different tempo of micro looper, each step, I tend to get from guitar some very weird, experimental thing, which I like.
Yeah, cool, awesome.
And this is where we started. So we had a couple of good DSP sounding reverbs and delays. We went for some others. I don't want to crush this precious.
No, just fine. No,
don't
go
worry
for it.
about that.
It's all fine. I enjoyed it while it lasted.
That's the thing about it. So there is an option to save the presets, obviously, but here we won't bother. So you've got like four slots for the effects. That's as easy as it gets.
Yeah.
If I turn this off, this is like a typical.
So right now it's kind of a multi-effects processor.
Typical multi-effects, exactly. And there are different routings, so you can go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, or it could be 2 pairs of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4 parallel effects. So a guitar is being split into 4 routes.
Right, okay.
Which is...
on the 2 stereos, so they're 4 mono out, basically. Is that how it works?
No, so instead of one effect going into the next, it goes into all
sideways.
4 simultaneously.
Your guitar is being split into 4.
I'm a guitar player. I'm asking guitar player questions.
Well, so it's like you had a splitter on your yeah. Anyway, so what effects do we have? So we have like very typical ones, like regarding panning, different shapers, which
let me control because the camera doesn't see. So if I start at the beginning, so we had panning.
Then the overdrives, different types of overdrives, and bit crushers. Then there are filters, different types.
As I'm going through this, you just need to look underneath where it says effect, because these are all different types.
Down here.
Yeah.
And then we've got like tons of reverbs
Beautiful
and delays,
reverbs.
beautiful reverbs.
Yeah.
This is something that we specialize at
See,
Polyend.
isn't that just sorry? But people will pay £500 just for a good
reverb pedal.
reverb, and
Yeah, like a Big Sky.
it's like why
MX
you
or
could
whatever.
you
Yeah.
could pay this is 500 also. You think, well, you could have that, and you've still got,
And you got
3 more
And
as
delay.
well.
Yeah.
And then you've got those
Lots of delays.
Awesome.
the modulators like
Flange,
choruses, flanges, phasers, tape modulators, and
Oh,
those
vibrato.
those are particularly cool because they're like granular effects. So if I give you
Oh,
more,
that's like a shimmery kind of thing, but with like
like small particles being recorded microseconds
Yeah.
and then like spread out all
dude.
across the spectrum.
I like it already.
that's just one.
Well, I think we've got other effects on, haven't
And
we?
then, and so then there is this new effect we've just added, and it relates to the endless pedal.
Endless pedal.
We call it endless player. So there are some effects that are compatible with this device. So you could put, you could basically, if you have endless, you could prompt your effect. Let's say delay that reverses every third.
So you tell it what to do.
Yeah, and then you hit enter, it builds it. You could then grab it and put it on the SD card and then have it as one of your effects. So you can have like nice reverb that we created, delay, and then as a last step something that you've invented or you've saw on our website.
Right, so from there you can put it into here.
Exactly.
You don't.
Right.
You don't need this.
You don't need that.
I don't. Do you need this, or you just need
In
the
order
interface
to
on?
produce them, you need
Yeah,
this.
Okay,
unless you
so
buy
you-
it from your website. And that's somebody you've made already.
They're for free, so
Yeah,
we're gonna,
okay.
we are building this huge community of effects.
So people can upload them maybe
Yes,
at some point.
when you do the prompt, you say share, then it goes to our quality assurance guys who will test it, and then we put them and say, hey, this is Mess compatible.
Right. So just to be clear, you want to make your own, you need this. You want to use someone else's, you can just get
Go on
it
the
from the
cloud.
website,
Yeah.
download
Apart
it.
from
right.
those that are built in, there will be hundreds and hundreds of more pretty soon. So you can just
At the
load
same
them into
prices.
the SD card and then play with that.
All right. So
Maybe listen to some of them because I'm sitting here
yeah,
going, can
let's have a listen,
I'm
and
so
then
excited.
we'll just go through some of the presets just on their own before we start
Right.
loading up,
So if you
4
could
at a time.
hold like one sustained chord.
Oh, so this is a preset of where you're using all 4 blocks.
Right, yes.
Got it.
you can see
Understand.
these are the ones
Yeah.
that's on the,
Yes,
the
so,
icons.
so
yeah.
we have like
Granular
fragment, general burst, 3 of them, different settings of them, and then there is this chamber reverb. So without the sequencer being on, there is a little bit of shimmery. The magic happens when you just do the same.
And you're getting a rough idea as to which block is being triggered
That's
as it
correct.
goes through
Yes.
the step
so you
sequencer.
can see it here clearly, and also you see
I
that
see.
these have different tempos. So this is a little bit.
Oh, so that's a different tempo. That's quicker, right?
You can have different tempos.
I love that. That sort of that.
I just get you a
granular
bad
thing.
noise gate, and then we do that all the time.
Let's see what else
You
we
get one for
have.
50 quid.
This is like rhythmical.
Now, it's probably worth reminding people at this point, that's why you would have one of these hooked up via MIDI, because
Yeah.
now you've got all of those kind of glitchy things in sync with
Exactly.
the tempo of
Yeah.
your
Yes.
So the drums.
drum track.
So now, see, that's the tempo, right?
So I'll
It's maybe not the best preset to mix with it, but you get
Well,
the
yeah, you get-
general,
you get the general idea,
idea, right?
now it's gonna be easier for you.
I mean, we can keep going forever and ever and ever and ever. This is the thing. A video that's like half an hour long will not touch the sides of stuff like this.
I think we've got to let people just go and just get creative themselves with these kinds of things.
Yeah.
Have a few more.
Yeah, just the presets on these would be great, yeah. And then you choose if you want the sequencer on.
Sorry.
Whoa, hey!
So this is one where you've done just an 8-beat sequence.
Yeah, so this one actually has a different length to it. So they do not necessarily be all equals to 16. They are all 8.
But different tempos as well.
And different tempos. This sounds quite as like synthesizer. I'll give you one more, which is cool.
That's what you want the drums going now, don't you? Oh, maybe not now.
If you can sustain again just one note. Okay, this now. So here I've got like 4 pitch shifters, and they will add additionally to your one. They will just create 5 tone chords.
And if you step sequence them, could you get them all to trigger at different times? So you'd get like an arpeggio?
I do have like 2 of those, like one chord, second chord. You can definitely, work with that.
So you can have a beat going and then you go. That's a good chord, huh?
Yeah.
One more of such sort, because
you got so many in there as well.
Yeah,
How many blues dads do you think are still watching this video?
Oh, none.
Again, this one is all about. This is called one string. I've created it so it makes some arpeggiato after you play one note.
Put the drums on.
And it goes on and on unless you fill it with signal. This is extremely slow tempo, but okay, I can work with that. Change the settings of,
That's it. Just wander off.
See ya.
Yeah.
What I did here is just use those
great,
micro loopers within different settings.
Yeah.
One is stereo slicing and off 3 semitones, other is 5 semitones, another is -2 and then -4. And they are like different timings, so this shows you the capability of these devices.
We'll just do some more presets.
Can we have just some reverb? I just want to hear like a really big sort of ambient sound.
Let's
just if there is
maybe
one somewhere.
create one from the scratch.
Angel bed. That's it. That's what you want, isn't it?
Nice try. So we have like you can see what's going on here.
Yeah.
And then
Cocteus.
It's like the Cocteau Twins.
Cocteau Twins.
Kind of, yeah. So I knew I could see a child of the 80s there.
There we go. Here there is like a little bit of indication what the mode is, so it clearly shows not very clearly that one goes to another.
Right.
Anyways, so we've got like some modulation going to the filter, to the delay, and to the reverb. If we were to create our own
hammock,
let's go for an empty one, and then let's find some delay. Maybe we'll start with reverb.
Put the reverb last.
Just like that.
I'll go for 4 reverbs maybe.
Oh, okay.
And 4 different types of reverbs and see what.
Why not?
Because why not?
Listen to that reverb.
Wow,
though.
reverb on reverb on reverb on reverb.
That's even better than you can ever imagine.
It's just
isn't
as
it?
like it's my dream
that's your
product,
dream.
isn't it? This.
We should call it the seven heaven.
Yeah. I just put reverb on the amp as well.
Yeah.
Random.
Already now it just sounds amazing. It's an amazing reverb sound. Again, there's that feel.
That's 4 reverbs, one after another. What I like doing is also, there is one preset actually where I have 2 reverbs, and then they go, one goes to the left and other goes to the right.
Oh yes!
I should be able to find them quickly.
I think this is just.
We can keep
This
going
is a
with this.
great product, isn't it? This is not a 20-minute video, like you say. Well, it's probably not 20 minutes as it is.
This is the one. So I've got like 2 drifters panning.
Oh, the drifter panning.
They are drifting, panning from left to right. So, and then you see I've got 2 pairs. There is reverb going to panning, and then there is a reverb going to panning.
It's still going.
Oh, that's huge. Doesn't it just make you want to find like a real big, slow, like, and then it's just.
I tell you what, this is another thing where amps are just amazing. Sitting in between 2 amps in stereo, it's just a different, when it's this loud in the room, right? And the room is just incredible.
I think let's play out. Let's find a drum machine, a drum track.
Like
Pete
this.
can play out over that chord, over that effect.
That's so good, man. It's 10cc, isn't it? Oh, no. It's magic, man. It's magic.
That's so cool. Look, links below. Links below to find out more about these. I imagine there'll be tons and tons of videos from artists that are getting really into this sort of thing. But I'm so pleased we waited for you to come along to show us how these
thank
work.
you so much, man.
And I'm 100%, man. We have to get one of these for the studio.
You're smiling.
Don't we?
This just makes you smile. It just makes me happy.
Yeah. Just anyway.
Job
love
done.
it.
I'm
yeah,
glad. I'm
well
glad.
done. That's really, really
That's
cool.
so easy when you have a proper guitar player.
Oh,
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing to the gear.
Is there anything else to talk about? Ins and outs? I mean, USB-C.
Stereo in, stereo out, man. USBs, micro SD card.
There is one little mode when you can hold this one and it will just randomize. So it will make your...
That's going back to that almost that, what do you call it? The microcosm thing.
Yeah,
where,
just random.
And I know, talking to artists that have bought those, it's one of the features they like the best. It's almost like, let's just see what happens today.
Yeah. And that's
so
what
you
makes
can do
it
that?
That's
Cool.
the inspirational thing.
Wow.
Oh. I need to go and lie down now. I
Amazing.
feel like I have a cigarette, How was it for you, babes? Yeah, it was good.
I'm looking forward to doing the next video.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Like I say, links below if you want to pick one of these up. I really don't think they're terribly expensive for everything you can get out of these. So that's it. Thank you. And yes, goodbye. How do you say goodbye in Polish?
Dzięki, na razie, pozdrawiamy, cześć, trzymajcie się, hej, hej, elo.
Hello, and yeah. Tools back for Gigamer, obviously. Hi.
Wasn't prepared for that.
That's the same when I speak Danish, like.
That'll do.